Alrighty, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today we have a W that we took in New York AM session. Honestly a pretty clean short. I don't think a lot of people caught it though because they were too mixed up in the longs that presented off of open. So I'm going to run you guys through what I saw and what worked out and why it worked out. And so if we cut price all the way back to the opening here, on the 1 minute, you guys can see that we had, well, this was a 5 minute gap, right? Once it loads, we have a 5 minute gap here and we have this low, right, that we swept out straight off open. Now, a lot of people saw, we have this 2 minute here, this inverse. So once we inversed right here, mark that up. Once we inverse this, a lot of people saw this as an opportunity to long. The one thing that was kind of holding me back from that is we had this 15-minute gap here and we had an SMT between previous day high, so all the way up here, bang bang, between ES and NQ. So I was kind of leaning bearish. We also have this 4 hour unfilled gap here, which ended up being my take profit, but that also kind of led me bearish. So overall bias was just bearish. So seeing that manipulation, like, it is long. I kind of missed the 2 minute because I was stuck trading the 1 minute, and so like I didn't want to enter so premium. Ended up like kind of just missing the trade, but a lot of people took it. Ended up getting break even because like this happened. We came all the way back down until then eventually I think we just kind of rocket back up there, and we come into this range right here. Now if I go out, we got a 5 minute gap. Now this is a 5 minute gap because bodies aren't touching, so we have to make up for that. Inside of this 5 minute gap, yes, we've already previously mitigated it, but, and yes, London highs here, but we made this SMT with ES, and ES was trading all the way down here still. So I was like, okay, ES is super short, NQ is kind of in between two levels right now because this 15-minute gap is like in the midst of being inverse, but it still has like 10 minutes remaining. We've got the SMT. I was just honestly looking, I like waiting for any short like presentations. So as soon as this presented itself, I was like, yeah, cool, we're in. We got this 1 minute gap here, which inverses. I ended up waiting for a bit of a pullback here, and I think I got my entry, you guys can see 374 there. So around right here. Why didn't I enter right here? I just honestly, it felt way too premium. We're like how far into profit? Why can't I mean, we weren't that bad. It was like 20 points in profit already, so I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. Anyway, we got our entry here, and kind of a risky one because yes, we're inversing the 15-minute, and so you would want to see this 15-minute candle pull back and flip, which if I play this out, you can see that after the 3 candles, we completely flip that 15-minute. Gives me full confidence that we are coming down to that 4 hour, or at least the 9:30 low. And so why did I take partials? Well, instantly we come down, we tag the 9:30 opening price and this rejection wick. And then we start kind of getting this. Now, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm down on the funded, I should secure profit. And so I ended up taking off 3 out of the 4 here, securing $350. And then I left a runner. So left a runner, we have the 10 a.m. open. Now I did something interesting at the 10 a.m. open. I actually sized in 1 micro. So I sized in a micro at the candle before the 10 a.m. open because I knew that we're super bearish, and with a new 4 hour open, we should target this 4 hour gap down here. Now, let's go back to the 1 minute. So yeah, we sized another micro here, so we're now in for 2 at this level. We have price come down a little bit more, and then we are sitting now inside of this 15-minute first presented, which kind of made me nervous as well because we did take out 9:30 low and kind of some low resistance. Got another rejection wick, and I was just like, you know what, take another partial, be safe. So we took another 150. we were now up the 500, which was nice. Price ended up just shopping around, and then we got clean delivery right here, I think. Bang. Yeah, straight there. And that made another 250. So total profit was 750. Super clean trade. It was quite a big trade actually. 742 ticks. So what? It was a massive trade actually. That was like 160 points. So kind of crazy. I was considering leaving runners on because we did end up doing that. So I was going to leave a runner on to midnight open, but honestly, it's fine. We made 750. We made heaps of profit today. So good trade overall. But yeah, it just goes to show that like regardless of the swing on 930 and that manipulation, if you have a strong enough bias in the day that it's going to go in the other direction, for instance, short, then just stick to that bias and trade short unless you get proven wrong. Like if we were to come all the way up and close above these highs and then start trading above it, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'll look for a continuation long. But we didn't. We literally, ES was trading so low down here. We made the SMT. It just felt obvious that we're going to short. And then we ended up catching 160 points. So, and the literal trade itself ran for 200 points plus. So yeah, crazy trade overall. Good psychology to be like taking partials as well, securing profit. It like made my mind so much more peaceful when we were all the way down here. I was up like 500, took off 350, and I was like, you know what, regardless of what happens now, we made money. So, and this is still like 80 points. So I was like, yeah, it was a good trade regardless. But yeah, clean delivery, good trade. It's honestly the first like good delivery I've seen from NQ, like New York AM in a minute. Like we get like some good deliveries, but most of the time it's just not aligned with my model, and I end up like over trading. So it's good to see we actually got a good trade here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you subscribe, like, go follow the gram as well. I've got it in the description. brokeahtrades. I posted a lot of just random stuff on there, so if you're interested, go follow that up. And yeah, appreciate it guys. I'll see you guys in the next recap.